study medieval times. Tonight we would like to share an Irish legend that took place 1,500 years ago. The legend is about St. Bridget and how she got her famous blue cloak. To help bring the story to life, we added a couple of instruments for songs, and we'll have 2 medieval era songs. And now, the story of Bridget's cloak. On a wild and windy night in medieval Ireland, a very special child was born. Little Bridget was born in a cloak hut outside the walls of the castle bar, and slave child among slave women. The wind groaned and swirled that night, and lightning seemed to tear the thatch from the roof. But when the baby gave her first cry, the wind shushed to whistle. Then all over the hill the people came out and looked to see the sky, swept clean and cloudless. Listen, the stars are singing, and singing they were. Not a song like you or I might sing, but a gathering of sweet crystal notes, like birdsong and brook laughter in springtime. All around was so dense and dark that it was hard to tell where the trees ended and the sky began. Then someone said, "Look, a star has fallen into the forest." But it wasn't a star. It was a tiny lantern that twinkled as it swept back and forth from the top of a tall step. A very old man was hauling loosen his hair, and long, flowing curls appeared at the edge of the forest. The people backed away as he came up the hill. They knew he was a druid, a powerful wizard who lived alone in the center of the great forest. Druids worshipped the moon and tree spirits and talked to the great folk who lived beneath the hills. And everyone knew that druids could tell the future. He walked right into the hut where little Bridget was lying in her mother's arms.
I was told in a dream to bring this gift to the child born on the night of the seven stars. He held on a beautiful blue cloak. In those days, blue was a rare color for any cloth, and the women were surprised. Blue was a royal color. The druid wrapped the baby in the cloak and held her high. I am the father of the old Ireland. I greet little Bridget, who will be a mother to the new Ireland that is to come. These were the strange words, but no one knew what they meant, and the druid didn't explain either. He placed Bridget in her mother's arms and strode away into the dark.
A few years later, Bridget was bringing home a flock of sheep, called the Seven. She pulled her old loose cloak close about her shoulders. The druid's gift was now a little worn, more than worn, and tattered. Yet it was her most treasured possession, and she wore it every day, never forgetting the druid's strange words. The first stars were beginning to twinkle, and Bridget made into her spear. When her animals were settled in their stalls, Bridget knelt down, and as she always did, to say her thanks. There were no wolves today, and her animals were safe. As she prayed, she fell asleep and began to dream. She found herself dreaming that she was there with the man and Joseph as they were turned away from the inn, and she guided them to a nearby stable. As Bridget dreamed that she draped her blue cloak over Mary as she lay in the hay, then Bridget went to fetch a jug of water. When Bridget returned, she heard the soft cry of the newborn baby. As Bridget watched the little family
A comforting golden light seemed to glow around. From the skies above came the sweetest music Bridget had ever heard. It sounded familiar.
Broken by the soft voice of Mary. Thank you, child of the West, for sharing your warm cloak and caring for us when others turned us away. Your generosity will be remembered always. Then there was a sound of steps and voices outside. Bridget looked up as the door was just open, but there were no shepherds or voice cleanings at the door. Instead, it was her own mother.
Snow swirled in the open door with a gust of cold night air. The Holy Family was gone, and Bridget was back in her own stable with her sheep. "What has taken you so long?" demanded her mother. "It's late and cold, and I was worried." Then she stopped, scuttling and gasped, pointing at her daughter's cloak. Bridget pulled the old blue cloth from her shoulders, only to find it changed. It was deep rich blue again, and on it were dozens of teeny glowing stars. "I was in Bethlehem," she began.